very hot and humid out here today. More humid than anything else. Yeah, I'm soaked. Anyway, I've been up against the gun here. We've had some really inclement weather. Blazing hot. We were in the middle of a heat wave, just no rain, and but yet we had high humidity, and it's been killing us. And then the tractor broke down. The clutch froze up, and what happens is from time to time the clutch disc will bond itself to the flywheel because you get some moisture in there and things start to rust up, and you have to use the tractor, you know, right after a rainstorm, or this can happen. You can usually break it free easily, but maybe once or twice a year I actually have to take things apart to get to the inspection port to where I can free the disc from the flywheel. No, I'd say more like once a year or once every 2 years, really. It's not that often, but that's what I had to do this time, and I agreed to do this video for Yintatech. They're you know, the hitch receiver that clamps onto a tractor bucket, but I agreed to do it within 1 week of receiving the thing, and I've just been up against it. I just finished repairing the tractor today. The video you're about to see, I just finished filming. Interestingly, the clamp-on hitch receiver didn't really fit, which is unfortunate because it's a pretty well-built product. But stay tuned and see what happened. And I hope you enjoy the video. Well, if you've been watching my videos, you know me, but for new viewers, I'm Paul Bennett at Downeast Creations here in Milbridge, Maine. And this package just arrived for me by FedEx, and it came from a company called Yintatech. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. They contacted me a couple of weeks ago, and they said they have this clamp-on hitch receiver that clamps on the bucket of a tractor, and they wanted to know if they sent one to me, would I try it out and see what I think of it and feature it in a video. And they wanted me to include the unboxing, which is what I'm doing right now, and show everybody what it looks like and how it comes. And here it is. It's packaged in styrofoam inside the box, and the box is fairly robust. And while this is all heavy steel, I don't think it's going to get damaged. They did a pretty good job of packaging it, I think. So it comes with the clamp screw, and let's see what else. And that's pretty much it. So there's really not a whole lot in the way of assembly. Basically, I mean, they do give you a little card with a number for customer support. Looks like it's a toll-free number. They also have online support, email, and so forth. And so you have that if you need it. This is a standard 2-inch receiver. You can see right here. And let's see how this goes together. Doesn't look like there's anything complicated here. Get off some of that styrofoam. It kind of clings to it, and that'll come off. So they have a nut. And what I'm going to do is, if you're interested, I'm going to include the link to this. They sell it on Amazon. And what I'll do is I will include the link at Amazon where you can buy one. I did check it out, and the price on it seemed pretty reasonable. Now I remember looking at the picture, they had the nut on the bottom, but it looks like they have a a little serrated edge here to match the nut up top if you wanted to lock it in place. So I think I might just take that out again. So I'm going to try this. I will put it on my tractor bucket, and I'll show that. And then we'll put a hitch in it, install it, and we'll hook it up to one of the trailers we have around Downeast on the farm here, and give it a try. I noticed that the price point on this is very, very reasonable. I made one of these myself when I needed one, and not the best design in the world. It was based on materials I had kicking around, which is usually the case when I need to make something. But if you need to buy one of these are relatively inexpensive compared to a lot of the competition that I've seen out there. So this might be worth your while, because the wells look pretty good. Looks like there's good deep penetration. Pretty well made. It doesn't look chintzy at all. And according to the box, these are made in China. But it looks to be fairly heavy gauge steel with very good wells. And the paint coating, that looks like it's pretty decent too. I don't know if this is powder coated or if it's just paint, but it looks like they did a pretty good job on it. So I don't think it's going to get, you know, chipped and rust on you anytime soon. You run this back down. And that's enough for now, until I get it on the tractor bucket. Well, let's see if this thing fits. We'll put it on. Uh-oh. Yep, we already have a little bit of a problem. This is supposed to fit pretty much any loader bucket, but it doesn't fit mine. This little piece right here, this piece that they put right here to help stabilize things, it sticks down too far for my bucket. My bucket needs more clearance. I have to, in order for me to be able to use this this piece effectively, I have to take a cut-off saw, cut-off disc, and I have to zip this off, get rid of it. But as it comes, I really can't use it for any heavy trailers or anything big, just a light trailer maybe. You see it won't slip all the way on. The leading edge of the blade is supposed to fit against the stop right here. And it's got about 3/4 of an inch to go, because this little piece here is hanging up on my blade. Not working, but I'll clamp it on anyway. We'll see what happens. I'll try to get on there as tight as I can. See, it shifts around on me. So this isn't going to work very well, because since I can't fit the edge of the blade up tight against the stop, she's going to wiggle around if I have any trailer with any kind of weight. So this may fit some tractor buckets. It's not going to fit mine. This loader assembly is a New Holland 7308. That's the model number, and it doesn't fit. And this is attached to a 1725 New Holland. So nope, it's a no-go without modification. Now I have the metalworking tools to fabricate. I can cut that down so that it will work, but the way it comes when you order it, it just doesn't fit my bucket. Well, in an earlier video, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I made my own hitch receiver to clamp on the bucket. And the reason it looks the way it does is because I just used leftover scrap metal that I had kicking around the farm, and I didn't want to go out and spend any money. But as you can see, mine actually fits because I took the measurements and I designed it to fit my bucket. So, and I don't know if it would fit all buckets, but it does fit mine. I'm not going to clamp it all the way on, you get the idea. But this is how mine looks. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll take this. No sense in doing the whole thing here. See if this fits. Yeah, no problem there. If you have a standard 2-inch hitch, it does fit the receiver, no problem. Well, this is really an unfortunate result in the test. I mean, I tried hooking it up to the trailer, but as you can see, this thing was just wonky all over the place, and that's because it simply doesn't fit properly. I think it would probably work just fine if the blade could snug up to the end stop, but of course it doesn't because you don't have enough width here. So I don't know if the company has a specification, so I'm going to measure this for you so that you can tell for yourself. You can measure your own bucket. Otherwise, I think it's probably fine. I mean, it's very heavy construction. So let's see what we can get here out of this. Well, this is where research and development comes in. But not all companies, especially smaller ones, may not have an R&D department. But I made my living as an engineer years ago, before retirement, and you know, these things happen. It takes a little research. In this case, it's field testing. So I'm going to measure it, give you a measurement. Let me get my other glasses on here. Now, this first measurement is for my metric friends. Let me get that zeroed. It is. And I'm measuring. It's hard to get in here, get that deep enough where it's going to get a good measurement. But I'll try to get close. It's about 20.5, I'd call it 20 millimeters. I don't think I'd add that half millimeter. Let me, if I come in, yeah, I'd just call it 20 millimeters. And let's measure it in imperial units. I'll switch over to that. I'm getting like 5364, something like that. Let me change it to just decimal inches. It's about 0.82 inches. So that's what you have to work with. And of course, with this type of construction, I'm not sure it's going to be that precise or that accurate. It might be, you know, a couple of millimeters either way, or a 1/16 of an inch either way. But that's just something to note. You have a rough idea of what you have for clearance there. The big opening is fine. That should fit anything. I wouldn't even bother to measure that. But I think overall, the construction is well done. There are good wells. They look good and solid. I'm not impressed with this clamp because the thread on the end should probably be tapered or have some kind of a little cap on it or a ball, so that you know, with just a thread, when you bring it down, it's just going to get all mashed up over time. I don't think that's a good thing. Or maybe you could just take this nut, put it down here. I don't know. You could try different things, but I don't think that's a wonderful design. But it'll work. It'll work. But for the money, if it will fit your tractor, I think it's well worthwhile. It can save you a whole lot of time. I showed you the one that I made myself a few years ago, and while it's heavily constructed and it works really well, it took quite a bit of time to do it. And a lot of times I'm just so busy I don't have the time to take, even though I have to, because, well, at the time I needed that component. And you know, so you just have to do what you have to do. But you can get this fairly quick. The company sells these through Amazon. I'm going to provide the link. I'll put it on the screen for those of you that don't have the ability to scroll down and see the video description in YouTube mode below the video. I'll put it on the screen where you can just pause it, but I will have it in the video description below. So if you want to order one, the price is right, even if you have to modify it. So if it won't fit your tractor, all it takes is a cutting wheel and zapping this little piece off right here. Just that little piece of metal, just zap it off. You don't really need it. The main thing is you want the bucket to be, the blade of the bucket to get right up against the stop here. And if it gets up against the stop, it's going to make this stable and keep it from wiggling around back and forth. So it doesn't really take much to do that. And most people, if you have a farm, you have grinders with cut-off wheels, you have that kind of equipment, and you know what to do. So that's it. That's my evaluation. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to give us a like and share the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to join us on Patreon and help Downeast Thunder Creation projects along, it's very much appreciated. So check this out. It may or may not fit your tractor, but you can easily make it fit if it doesn't. Thanks for watching.